What's up? It's Mark Wilson,
It's Andrea Wilson here.
and we are better known as. Are we better known? No, we better known as us. Are we better known as Brick House Realty?
Who knows?
Well, AKA, we say that. AKA Brick House Realty.
And for those of you that don't know, we are located here in Northeast Ohio. So today we just wanted to jump on here real quick. It's Monday. We're approaching the end of the year. We just want to get you to start thinking about how to make some additional income. And one of those ways is through real estate. Real estate investing. You don't necessarily, some people are like, well, that's really not my thing. There's a way for everyone to get into this business, to generate some additional income and build wealth for you and your family. So we just have a list here of 10 things that will help you become a better or successful habits of becoming a real estate investor. Well, number one, the first thing is you need to make a plan. If you think that you're ready to get into this business, like any other business, you have to start with creating a plan. How much money do you have to get into this business? What are you going to do? You may not know about investing in real estate, so you have to build that business plan of how and a time frame of how you're going to achieve your goals.
Number two here is know the market. You definitely want to know the market. We've seen tons of horror stories by investors who jump into a market who know nothing about the market. They know nothing about the area. Example, we're here in Cleveland, Ohio. We may want to invest in Birmingham, Alabama. If we don't know the market, that could become a nightmare story. Also, I'll give you an example in this here Cleveland market. If you're invested in the Cleveland market, you're noticing the shift. The last 10 to 15 years have been a dream for real estate investors here in Cleveland, but now the market is starting to shift and it's changing directions. This might be a time to get out, which is not. Cleveland's still a great market, but this might be a time to consider getting out of Cleveland, going to Detroit, going to Baltimore, going to other places, things like that, and knowing, what market is hot.
Yeah. So the third thing is to be honest. So as you're going along this process, and some folks get into this business by starting out by wholesaling, and even in the wholesaling side, you have to be honest with those potential clients that you may be selling the property for. You don't want to create a name for yourself out in the market as doing bad business. So although sometimes you may not have all of the information about a particular property, but you don't want to lie either to potential buyers, because you will absolutely hurt yourself in this market.
Indeed. The fourth one is develop a niche. You need to find your niche. You get a lot of people who jump into real estate investing. They don't have a niche. They don't know if they want to do rental properties. They don't know if they want to flip properties, own apartments, do cash out refis and things like that. You need to find your niche. What's for you? What's for one is not always for the other. Some people like the hot thing right now is cash out refi. Well, your niche may be quick flips. You may learn how to quick flip or things like that, or you may make more on the flipping property side. So you need to find your niche and don't just attack it as I'm a real estate investor. You can grow at that point, but you need to find your niche of what works for you.
Yeah, I was actually talking to someone yesterday who was interested and already had the knowledge of mobile home and trailer park investing. That is a niche that, in this particular case, is a young lady who is going to develop and start providing information to other people about how to get started in that niche market. Number 5 is encourage referrals. As you start to become a real estate investor, if you are keeping that inside and to yourself, no one knows what your intentions are, that you could be looking for property, or you have property to sell, or even rental properties. You want to start talking to other folks and let them know that this is something that you recently have gotten into, and if you know of anyone thinking about selling their property, you might be their neighbor, grandma went to the hospital, now they need to quickly get rid of that property. So you need to start talking to folks and let them know that you're into real estate now, you're looking for properties to buy for you to potentially hold on to as an investment property or a rental property, or for you to fix and flip.
Indeed. Number 6 is stay educated. Things change so much just in education and laws and things like that in the daily life, but especially in real estate. So you want to stay educated with the changes, with the terminology, with the things that go on in your city and just real estate, period. Give you an example. If you're a landlord, you may not be aware of this. Recently here in Ohio, they have passed where the judges are allowed to conceal an eviction from people's records. So where in the past, you may have been able to hold eviction against somebody and things like that, you may now find that when you check in people's credit reports that those things are sealed and you no longer see it. So as a landlord, you may need to know these changes and things like that. You definitely want to know these changes and things like that.
Number 7, you want to understand the risk. A lot of times people get into this business, jump into it because, maybe they've seen people on social media or they watch a number of YouTube videos or HGTV even, and it seemed like it was something really easy to do, but not necessarily understanding the risk involved. At the same time, what are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at that people watch HGTV.
A lot of times people see this and they want to dive into it. They don't really look at the full picture here. A number of times we talk to folks and they've actually lost money in this business, but it really stemmed back to, number 6, and they didn't stay educated in this business. They didn't have enough information. When you start to surround yourself with other folks that are already in this business and starting to gain knowledge on this, you will have a better understanding of what the risk could be potentially in this business.
Where we at, number 8?
Yep.
Number 8, invest in an accountant. That's very important. It's very important. People think just because they're a smaller time or they're just getting started that they don't need an accountant. The accountant is certified to know certain tax laws and certain things that you don't know that you should definitely use because it can be a liability issue for you. Not only for your taxes and things like that, but eventually down the line for your income or your property and things like that. So you definitely want to invest in an accountant, and they can figure out a lot of ways to help you make more money than just operating incorrectly.
Yeah, there's things like a 1031 exchange. A lot of people don't know about using these tools and tax strategies of purchasing a property and then rolling those funds that you made into your next property and avoiding a tax liability there. Number 9, you want to find help such as a mentor or even a lawyer. A mentor is really good because they have that knowledge and experience. Obviously, you want that mentor to be someone who understands what you are getting into as far as real estate. You can actually have multiple mentors for different reasons and purposes. Maybe one person has been in business for themselves for a long time, and then another person who has been directly related to real estate.
Excuse me.
Having that mentor will help you get through a lot of the bumps in the road and from making a lot of mistakes. Sometimes you can find a free mentor to help you through this, and other times you have to pay for that mentor. Don't get caught up on the cost of paying for a mentor unless it's like a guru or someone that's out there that says, give me like $30,000 or something to sign up for these programs. That's not what we're saying here. Sometimes you just have to find a mentor to kind of get you through the steps, and you have to pay this person to kind of hold your hand. When I say don't get caught up in paying for it, don't get caught up in paying for it because you will avoid, like we've been in this business a long time, and so we've seen what it's like on both sides of it, what it's like when it can go all the way wrong and how to adjust. From our experience, we can teach someone else how to not have those same bad experiences. By you connecting with someone like that, it allows you to kind of get going much further without all of the bumps in the road and losing money along the way.
Now, first, let me say good morning, Sal. I see you commenting there saying good morning, Sal. And Sal, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you either today or tomorrow. So hold me to that. Also, Sal, if for whatever reason, call me. You got my number, Sal. 216-214-0525. So, a couple more things before I do number 10. Did you just wave your hand off at me when I said me as the guru?
Yeah.
Oh, you see this, man? But on that, I'm not that dude. She talked about charging
Well, I was saying
$30,000.
$30,000.
Yeah, that ain't me. I ain't charging people $30,000 to give you no information. But number 10 is build a network. And when building a network is very important. It only helps you grow. You want to challenge each other as fellow investors, things like that. You want to get business partners, different things like that will help you grow. You can create investment groups and things like that. So you may be out of funds at the moment, but there are other people that see your success and see what you do, and they may want to come aboard and get a piece of that pie, but it keeps you moving and things, like that nature. But you also get different resources from contractors, different title people, different real estate agents, just anything you can think of that involves real estate. But that network will help you do that. That network will also help you get into other states and cities and invest all over the country, not just your local area.
Yeah, it's very important, building that network of folks and of trusted people. And just know that the people that you typically start with, as you progress through this, will probably not be the same people as you move forward through this process. You're ever evolving through this business, like any business. You might start out with this one contractor, you think that it's great, but then as you go into your next project, that contractor may not work for you as much. So you can't get discouraged. You just basically just have to keep moving through this process of always looking for contractors, always looking for new information, always looking for properties. But there are some relationships that you do want to hold on to and not kind of flop around. That would be your accountant. You don't want to flop around to different accountants. You want to keep your same attorney and your same real estate agent. Though once you have those locked in and you have a trusted relationship, those relationships are evolving over time, because as a real estate professional, I get to understand what you're looking for in your investment properties and how to get you to that finish line a little quicker.
Definitely. Great point she mentioned was like on contractors. You may start out with $10,000 properties and working on those lower scale properties, and you may have one contractor that meets the needs of that property. You may move up eventually to purchasing $500,000 homes that sell for $1.5 million after renovated. And it's pretty safe to say that guy who was working on $10,000 homes may not be the guy to work on that $500,000 home for you. So you definitely want to keep that network growing and building and things like that, and definitely get as many resources as you can.
So we hope that you found this information to be useful. If you want to have a further conversation about getting started investing in real estate, we would love to talk to you. You can call our office at 216-220-7886. We are happy to answer any questions you may have and let you know how to get started. Anything from you?
That's all from me.
All right, well, we will see you next time. All right, have a good day.